Hello, Potato. Welcome to Weekend Magic for January the 4th, 2025. Gonna have to get used to saying that now. 2025. This is the second video of the year, the first Weekend Magic of the year. Also, day 2 of SAC Anime, so you can guess where I'm gonna be after this video goes up. The plan this year is to just continue on as we've been continuing on as long as we can do and see what happens with the world. As you can see here, I have not bothered to take down any of the holiday decorations yet. They're all still here. Maybe come down before next weekend's Weekend Magic. If there'll be a Weekend Magic next weekend, I don't know. But maybe by next weekend, we'll take this stuff down. But it's up not only because I just can't stop dwelling in the past, but because I do want to do one more little bit of holiday leftovers for this week's Weekend Magic. If you watch this channel, you'll remember that last month we did spend almost the entire month on our annual Advent-Tures. Our Advent calendar series, last year it was called Into the Advent-Verse because of the Spider-Man calendar, which we have still sitting right over here, where we received 5 minifigures, and of course the tree and the snowman, plus a bunch of little mini builds, which you probably can't see because they're off the side of the camera there. And it was okay. I only got one holiday minifigure that's going to go into the holiday village for next year. The snowman will definitely be there. The tree will definitely be there. If you want to think more on those, again, that's an entire month of videos where we went to day by day and opened a box every day, and you can go back and look at that. Of course, we also looked at the Star Wars Droid Factory calendar. There's actually 2 calendars worth of droids up here now. One from this past year and one from, I think, 2022. Was the first year they did the Droid Factory calendar, at least the first one that I did from them. But aside from these 2 calendars, and of course our boozy calendars we did open in this house another 6 Advent calendars aside from what was in the videos. My wife opened 3, I opened 2, and then there was one that we shared between us on alternating days. And I want to look at 3 of those. Now I'm not going to look at the 3 that my wife opened. They were all puzzle calendars. She's already taken them all apart. No reason to look at them. I want to look at the ones that I did and then the one that we shared. So naturally, as you can probably guess, I did do 2 other Lego calendars. I did the Lego Star Wars calendar. Now this is one that, I'm going to be honest, I pretty much entirely do the Lego Star Wars calendar for the minifigures. In this one we got the usual number of mini builds, which are all frequently complex, difficult to build, kind of unfun for me at least. It's all fiddly bits and I have rock biter hands. The main reason I buy the Star Wars calendar is for the minifigures. This year we got 6 minifigures. Now I want to point back over to Spider-Man there, rather. And remind you, we only got 5. I think they did count the snowman as a minifigure. Yeah, we got 6 minifigures. I am counting the Super Battle Droid as a minifigure. It fills that purpose. So you have Luke and Leia in their Christmas sweaters. See if we can unblock Leia's a little bit there so you can see it. There you go. We got a Sith Trooper with a pretty cool little battle staff. I don't remember what the proper names of those were. We got a Clone Captain. Was it Rex? Is that Clone Captain Rex? I don't remember. And we got a very nice looking Ahsoka. And yeah, the main reason I buy these isn't just for the minifigures specifically, although it's always nice to have, stormtroopers, scout troopers, other generic troopers, just to, build up your little army with. But I buy them because they do have the holiday sweater versions. So we have Luke and Leia this year. They will definitely be going into the Winter Village for next year. Put you back over there. And for the most part, I do find the mini builds to be, if not well done, certainly unpleasant to build. They're just a lot of little bits. But I mean, they are fairly recognizable. We have the Razor Crest, we have the AT-AT, we have, I think that's Ahsoka's ship there, the Falcon. Or was that Ahsoka's ship? One of them was Ahsoka's ship, I don't know which one it is now. Vader's Castle. I will want to point out, as much as I don't enjoy building those particularly, they are generally too large to go as toys in Santa's village. They're just, they're the size of minifigures. Santa ain't putting that in his sleigh. But I do want to point out one actually I was kind of taken with, which is the Sand Speeder here. As you can see, it's got little studs in it of Luke and C-3PO, which I think was a really nice touch. It's a level of detail that you don't usually see on these. A lot of them kind of come out looking like Star Wars for Atari, which I think this is pretty creative, honestly, for the number of bricks it is. But it's definitely got that, like, Star Wars for the Atari kind of look going there. But another thing I really liked in the Star Wars calendar is this. Now, if you play or have ever played any of the LEGO Star Wars games going all the way back to the originals back on the PlayStation 2, you'll recognize this as a mini-kit piece. You collect these in the Star Wars LEGO games to build Star Wars mini-kits. It just was a nice detail they put into the calendar to nod to the games. Now, there were a couple surprises in this kit for me, aside from the mini-kit piece there, and, of course, this. But you'll notice we have no tree, because, tree. I want to say that Star Wars is the only one that did not come... I don't know. I didn't buy the Disney one, or the Friends one, or the City one. So those maybe didn't come with trees either, but I feel like they probably would have. It also came with no snowman. I'm not sure, honestly, though, if the Star Wars ones that I've ever had ever have come with snowman. I know they came with a sandcastle one year to go with the Star Wars LEGO Vacation Special on Disney+. But I don't know if they've ever actually come with snowmen. But for the most part, there's nothing in here that really speaks to Christmas other than Luke and Leia in their sweaters. And again, those are kind of the main reason I bought this anyways, because they are going to go in the Winter Village. I already have Holiday Mando and Grogu in there, and a Holiday Emperor Palpatine in there, so they'll be joining them next year. The rest of the time, I might find a place for this, or I might just find a place to keep this out in general. But yeah, the rest of these are almost certainly destined for the Advent bin, which is the bin in the Holiday Lego storage that is full of years worth of Advents, a lot of them being Star Wars. But I like the minifigures like that. We got 6 of them, unlike the 5 we got in Spider-Man. And I think some of the vehicles are kind of nice, like the Jabba's Barge there. I'm sure in recognition of the big Jabba's Barge release that came out in LEGO. I am a little surprised, of all things in here, that there's nothing for Skeleton Crew. Like, we didn't get a mini version of the Onyx Cinder. I would have expected that, because we got the Ghost, we got Ahsoka's ship. So, we have things from shows from this year, but yeah, no Onyx Cinder. Now, aside from LEGO Star Wars, we do have another LEGO Advent calendar, and that's LEGO Harry Potter. And now this one came with a whopping 7 minifigures. And I'm not even fudging it. I'm not even counting a droid as a figure. There are 7 full-on minifigures in this set. Now, most of them do have the lousy, no good, shouldn't be used, unposable child's legs. We have 4 children, 1 from each house. We have Cho Chang, Harry. I don't remember who you are. Remember, you have a name. I even looked up at one point, but I don't know what it is. And then we have Malfoy. We also have Dumbledore. We have, I believe that's supposed to be Flitwick, which I have a better Flitwick from a past Advent calendar, who I'm probably going to keep using. But then we have a choir ghost, which is going to totally go into the Halloween display. Yeah, she's not going to go into Christmas. She's going to go into Halloween. Can you even tell me what music she's singing there? Let me know. I would imagine it's probably the Harry Potter theme Lumos. Now this one is the most overtly, I think, Christmassy. We have not 1 but 2 Christmas trees. We have some garland. We have a Christmas turkey, which I'm now wondering if that was meant to go here. I don't remember, because it's been a while since I put it together. Not only has it been 2 weeks since Christmas, this was somewhere early on, I think, in it. I think that may actually be supposed to go on that doesn't really fasten down, though. So maybe not. We have a full-on turkey. We have a chair, a table and a statue for each of the houses. And I did think it was interesting. They wanted very much to make it clear on the box that this is compatible with the big Great Hall set that came out this past year, as though they were Lego that weren't compatible with other Lego. So I'm guessing maybe that set had a lack of tables in it. I don't know. It's a big set, and I'm probably not going to pick it up. Yeah, we have two holiday trees here, a little one and a full-size one. Full-size one does have the Hogwarts Express circling it. And those will definitely go into the Winter Village. As far as the minifigures, I might replace the Dumbledore that I have in there. I think this one might actually be better than the Dumbledore that's already in there. But other than her, I think all these characters are already represented in the Winter Village. And I like the little sweaters, but I think Harry is the one I have there is more for the Deathly Hallows Harry in his like hoodie. And I really do think I like that one better for the winter. So I'm afraid, with the exception of maybe Dumbledore, these guys are all going to go into the Advent bin. She's going to go into Halloween. Now, a couple of interesting things in this. This came with the book. I don't remember what this went with. This was not a Soul Day on its own. I don't remember who or what it came with, though. I remember thinking about it at the time that I made it. It might actually be for Ravenclaw's table. That, how much I love when we have loose things in Lego sets that don't fasten down, because then they fall off and get separated, as happened here. Looks like this is instructions for growing a plant of some sort. So that'll probably go in the bin. The tables, I don't know, the tables might get used, actually. I can always use tables in the food festival area. So they might get used next year. I don't know. Depends how much room I have when I set things up next year. This garland's also kind of nice, and that might get used as well. Also, a nice thing in this is it came with Hedwig. All the Hedwigs I have are Hedwig roosted. This is, I think, the first flying Hedwig I have, so that's kind of nice. And then weird stuff it came with, it took me a while to realize, these must be Christmas crackers. Very large, very spiky Christmas crackers. Then we have a little package, because you generally have to have Christmas presents in an Advent calendar, again, except for Star Wars. Star Wars had like no Christmassy stuff in it as well, at all, other than the ugly sweaters. But one weird thing in this is that it came with a couple of these little portrait pieces. One came with the fireplace, one came, I don't know, I think maybe with the Christmas crackers. I don't remember which day it came on. Apparently there are like 12 of these that you could get. They were not the same ones for everyone, so I don't know. I know they've done in the past. They've done, I think with Harry Potter, they've done plaques like this. I think they may have been the wizard cards that were randomly inserted. And I want to say at some point there were Marvel ones that randomly came with Infinity Stones, which of course they then totally undid by putting out that Advent calendar that came with the glove and all the stones. Although I'll acknowledge I could be wrong about that, but I remember people complaining about it. I don't remember actually seeing it myself firsthand. But overall, it wasn't a bad calendar. I do wish it had come with more figures that I could do anything with. I mean, with Harry Potter, there's only so many figures you're going to come with. It's going to be Harry, it's going to be Ron, it's going to be Hermione, Draco, Dumbledore. It's not, occasionally get like a Snape or a Black or a Madame Rosmerta. But for the most part, it's going to kind of be your core characters. So it's not terribly surprising. The little statues are neat. Nothing I have any use for. I do like the little mini-build versions of the house characters or mascots, animals. Interesting thing on those. So these ones are actually multi-day builds. The bases for them came with the minifigure for that respective house. So Harry came with Gryffindor and Draco came with Slytherin and so on. And then the statues were built on separate days to be attached together. But in many ways, this was kind of my favorite of the LEGO Advent calendars I did this year, even though I didn't do it on the channel, just because the mini builds were, for the most part, not like a tiny Beaubaton ship or... Sorry, was it Durmstrang? No, Durmstrang had the... Durmstrang had the carriage, didn't they? I haven't watched those or read those in a while. But anyways, we didn't have a ton of mini build ships or cars or boats or planes or anything like that. We had little actual like playable things with the characters, although none of them none of them. I just realized there are no figures in this Advent calendar with working legs, because Dumbledore and the Choir Ghost both have dress bottoms. So there are literally while there are 7 minifigures, which is the record for the calendars we did this year, or I did this year, none of them can sit down. I literally just realized that. So I guess if that's an issue for you or not, that's something to consider. But we did do one more calendar this year, and it's a bit of a wild card one. It's one that we picked up kind of just on a lark, because I'd seen it in the store before at Costco. They had it, and they had one for Christmas Vacation, and I didn't pick them up because I really thought, if you watch the Ashens and Nerd Cubed Advent videos, and if you like watching Advent videos, I definitely encourage you to go check those out. I think it was last year, they had one from a British show called Only Fools and Horses, and it had like 4 kind of interesting pieces that danced around, and then a lot of like just absolute rubbish. And I thought that this was going to be the situation here, but we actually have it ended up being a bit of a wild card, and I kind of regret not doing it on the channel. Although I don't know what I would have done it instead of, because I was never going to not do a Lego, and I bought the Star Wars one specifically for the channel, and I feel like 4 calendars a day would have just been excessive. But that last calendar is A Christmas Story. Now I'm gonna kind of dole this one out in parts, because I really thought this was gonna just be rubbish, and it's weird, but it's so much better than I thought it was going to be. And the original, I think, we're selling them for $30. We did not pick them up. We went in at one point and they were like on markdown to like $9. This was before December started. They were like marked down to, I think right before Thanksgiving we went in there, and they were like marked down to like $6 or $9. And so all they had left was Christmas Story. Otherwise we probably would have picked up both. But we went in with like really, really low expectations and figured there would be a few little plasticky things, little vinyl things like this, and then probably like stickers and other crap. But it wasn't. There was no stickers. It was weird stuff, but it was predominantly figures, but it was all little vinyl things. So we have we have Ralphie on Christmas Day there. We have Ralphie in his cowboy imagining. We have his little brother. Yeah, I'm going to put this one out like one piece at a time just because it's so weird that I actually really loved it. Got Mom, which Mom looks, I don't know, Mom looks like she wants to actually kill somebody. It's not the mom as she's represented, I think, in that first movie. We have like the helper elf from Higbee's. It's like nowhere to hold her. She doesn't like slip. She's also probably not going to stand up. She's like really top heavy. Yeah, she's not going to stand up. But yeah, it's all little mini. Well, not all figures though. That's the thing, is we had a lot of figures. We actually more figures. I figured there'd be like 4 or 5 of these. We got the old man. We've got kind of just basic Ralphie. So you do get 3 Ralphies. But I mean, I figured, it'd be a few of these little figures and then just like stickers or something. But it's not. It's some interesting stuff. We have like the Randy's blimp from Christmas Day, which I think actually did have a little assembly. I think we had to actually put the wheels on it. We had... Okay, do you know what this is? Do you recognize this? This, if you haven't figured it out already, I'm going to spoil it for you. It's the decoder pin. Now, it's not actually a pin, unfortunately. They didn't go ahead with that part of it, but it is, and I haven't checked, but I'm guessing this is probably set to the way it was in the movie. But yeah, it's the Little Orphan Annie decoder pin. No reference to Little Orphan Annie or Ovaltine, because they don't have licensing rights for those names, I'm assuming, which also explains this piece. Do you recognize what this is? Yep, it's the Bar of Life Boy, but it says "Oh Fudge" on it, which kind of is my least favorite thing in this calendar, because I don't like the "Oh Fudge" thing. They made like candy based on that, and that annoyed me. But we have Ralphie's glasses with the lens shot out. We have actually one more figure I was hanging on to later on in this to look at. We have this one. This actually was a multi-day build, and it is was it Flick stuck to the, or was it Schwartz? Was it Flick or Schwartz stuck to the life pole? I think it was Flick, and I think that's Schwartz. Now we didn't get the bullies, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a multi-day piece. When I first got this came out of a box, or out of the thing, like I think the day before Flick here did. And I thought, well, it's going to be the stand for the tree. Or maybe it's going to be the lamp pole. Or the lamp, like the base for the leg lamp or something. And the leg would just slot over. But no, the next day we got him, and I realized, nope, he slots right into that little hole. That's a flagpole. It's a little figurine of him stuck to the flagpole. We've got the Peking duck from Christmas Day, the Chinese restaurant, which is another one of the weirder pieces in this. And then, of course, naturally, and this is a 2-day thing, we got a major award. It says Fragile on it. And the side up, it does actually open. The box was 1 day, and the next day, I believe, was... Oh, we have it upside down in the box. The leg lamp. Yeah, of course. We don't have the BB rifle. We do not have the rifle in this, but we do have the leg lamp. I guess because a little rifle just out of context would be kind of weird. Yeah, it fits in its own little crate. Of course, we have Santa Claus. He came out on the 23rd. He was like the penultimate figure. He's beard's not quite right. He looks got red drunken nose. He looks kind of angry. Fits well with the elf. Same kind of cool details. Yeah, we did have the rifle. Now, you maybe, for those of you who are quick at counting, and remembering, of course, that flick in the flagpole and the lamp in the crate are 2-day items each, are saying, hey, that's not 24 things. Well, this is where the thing got really weird. This is a thing with a Peking duck. And I'm saying that this is where it got weird. And this is where I actually kind of got a little bit more like what I thought it was going to be as far as, like, kind of crap. And it wasn't that it was bad stuff, it was that it was repetitive, because we got not 1, not 2, or 3, or 4, but 5 Bumpus dogs. 5 identical Bumpus dogs. Not even different dogs. They're the same sculpt, the same paint job. There's no difference between them. You got an entire pack of Bumpus dogs. We didn't get the rifle. We didn't get the bullies. But we did get 5 Bumpus dogs, which is both disappointing and insane. So it was like, oh, we have this mold. There's more than one Bumpus dog in the movie. We could just fill out all the remaining spaces rather than craft another 4 or 5 figures. We could just fill the remaining spaces with Bumpus dogs. There's a whole bunch of them. There's no turkey for them to eat, but I guess they can eat the Peking duck. But even then, if we paid $30 for this, the original full price, this might have been more annoying than it was. But for like $5 or $10, I don't have a huge issue with it. It was disappointing, as we go back and forth on our days on this calendar. And, it's a dog again. Because I do want to say they were, I think all in all, I'd say there was like 5 days, like a solid work week of just Bumpus dogs, I think leading up to getting, I think Santa was the 23rd and Pink Nightmare Ralphie was the 24th. And I wasn't sure if it'd be Santa or if it'd be him for 24th because he's pictured on the box. We knew he'd be there. But I'm surprised we didn't get the rifle. Didn't get those 2 other kind of important characters. But we got 5 Bumpus dogs. But overall, if I saw these calendars next year, like if they have the Christmas vacation next year, it's probably something we'll pick up. I don't know if it'll be a channel thing or not. But it may be one we pick up just for us to have fun with as the month progresses outside of videos. And also, it was a very interesting calendar. It was better than I thought it was going to be, especially for the price. And I think most people are going to gravitate towards the leg lamp as being the best thing in here. But honestly, the fact they made Flick stuck to the light pole probably to me is the most impressive thing in this. They're very weird versions of them. Some of them, like the old man and mom in particular, I think look really weird. Also, it looks like mom's got like a wig on. I have seen this movie probably like over 100 times. I've never noticed her having different colored hair like coming down the front of her face. I don't know if that's a reference I just literally never noticed, or if it's just something weird with the molding, because I do think her hair, I believe, is a separate piece from the head. So it's possible that hair is part of the head and was painted differently. But also the old man's kind of, I don't know, he's very much, I'm getting like Moral Oral's dad off of that. But still, for $10, I cannot complain about it too much. Now, are these obviously aren't gonna go in the Lego Village. I don't know what we'll do with them. Some of them may get put out. I think most of them are going to just kind of stay in with the holiday stuff. They won't be in Advent Purgatory because they're not Lego, but they may stay in with the rest of the holiday stuff. But that wraps up our holiday adventures for 2024. Yeah, we do more Advents off camera as well. When I was a kid, the only Advents we ever had, if we had any at all, were just those crummy, waxy chocolate ones. Not even good chocolate, but like the crumbs. And to be fair, you don't waste good chocolate on children. It's, what the Hershey Kisses are for. So as an adult, I do tend to perhaps go a little overboard on Advents now. And like I said, there's 3 more we did that were all my wife's that I'm not showing in the video because they were all puzzles. She did a puzzle Advents, which were pretty cool. So nice little thing to do. You get home from work, throw on YouTube, watch That Day's Ashens and Nerd Cubed, maybe watch That Day's Void of Intelligence, and you put together a little puzzle. It's a relaxing way to end the day during the holiday season. But alas, it's over now for another 11 months. So yeah, but it's time to take down the holiday decorations and get back to whatever is normal now. Although again, there'll probably be a couple more videos with this stuff still up in it at least. It might still be here next Saturday, who knows? You will find out next Saturday. And with that, we'll also wrap up this video. I hope you found it all interesting or entertaining. Did you do any other interesting Advent yourself? Let me know in the comments what your favorite Advent that you did was. Let me know what you think of this. Did you do the Christmas Vacation Advent? The one that was by the same people? I don't remember who made this. Again, the box is gone. Been gone for a couple weeks now. But if you did the Christmas Vacation one they were selling at Costco, let me know what it was like, if it was any good or not. And I'll keep an eye out for it next year. And again, not at $30, I don't think. I don't think I'd have spent $30 on this. But for the 10 we spent on it, really very few, very minor complaints. But let me know in the comments how your Advents went, what you think of the Advents we looked at, and just whatever else comes to mind. I'll be spending the rest of my weekend at SAC Anime, so maybe I will run into you there. If I do, I promise you it'll be awkward. But I hope you enjoyed today's video at all, or found it interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.